All right, welcome everyone to our slightly augmented plan of doing the very first episode of the Lou Room at Home Talk Show. Thank you guys so much for joining us, whether you are watching this live or you are watching this video after the fact. Thank you so much for being here. I, of course, am your host, Michael Furr, and I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, why am I watching this? Where am I? What's going on? Who are you? What day is this? I can only answer a few of those questions, honestly. But what this is a socially distant, self-isolated, quarantine-style talk show from my closet. That's right. I loved you so much. I did the one thing I thought I'd never be able to do. I went back into the closet. You're welcome. Yeah, that's right. So if you don't know, of course, you probably do. This is on my personal Facebook page. But I am the host of the Friday night stand-up shows and Saturday night showcase every weekend at the Lou Costello Room Comedy Club. And we can't do that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of fun here, tell some jokes, play some games, and I'm going to bring on an absolutely fantastic guest later to talk to us about comedy. He is, of course, the hilarious Scott Seiss. You know him and you love him, absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us. So let's see, what do talk shows do in the beginning? They do a monologue, right? I got that. I'm a host, I'm a comedian. I do that stuff all the time. Oh, my video went away. It'll come back in a second, I promise. They're going back. I do that kind of shit all the time. It's totally fine. But they usually talk about topical things. And when I was looking for interesting news stories, I don't want to talk about any of that. No, it's really, really depressing. The news is terrible. It's all bad news. I don't want to talk about it because the one thing quarantine has taught me is I do not actually want to know how any of my friends feel about anything political. No, I don't. I want to still be able to look them in the face when this is all over. And I hear people say things that I'm like, I'm going to choke you. I'm sorry. I'm only human. That's just the natural response to hearing things that enrage you. It's a mammalian instinct. It's how you further the bloodline, is by choking people who say stupid things about potential presidential candidates, I guess. But I have to say, I am very happy to be doing this show. I'm very happy for anybody who's watching right now. So thank you so much. Quarantine has been a real bitch, let me tell you. Ooh, girl, it has been rough. Because here's the thing, everything is quarantine themed now. Everything. Have you seen that commercial with Kenan Thompson for sparkling, like, cider or whatever it is? I don't know, like alcoholic bubbly water, where it's him and Audrey Plaza, and they obviously filmed this commercial before quarantine, and it was supposed to be them at a summer party drinking delicious fizzy alcohol. And now it actually is summer, so they just had to change the commercial where it's a dream where they're having a party. A dream, that's the best you could come up with, is Aubrey Plaza and Kenan Thompson are having a dream about throwing a party with bubbly fizzy alcohol. That's lame. That's super lame. There's a lot of quarantine commercials though. I remember the first one I saw like months and months ago at this point was for Michelob Light. And it was a woman sitting alone in her living room with her dog drinking a can of beer. And I guess like the theme is, this is the best alcohol to drink if you're sitting home alone. And it's like, that's all alcohol. I mean, if you do it right, any drink is the best drink to have while you're by yourself. And also, you're drinking Michelob Light in a can, you're probably alone. You know what I mean? You know, just not judging or anything. You're just probably drinking with a dog. Let's be honest, it's Michelob Light. Hello. I'm lucky though. I am not alone. I am quarantined here with my wonderful boyfriend. We've been together for 10 years, all just in the past 5 months. You know, long days in quarantine, real long days. But it's nice, you know, living with someone and being around each other all the time. Or basically just stuck in a never-ending Netflix and chill. But we like to switch it up. You know, some days we do Netflix and chill. Some days it's Hulu and stress eat whatever there is in the fridge. Some days it's Disney Plus and quietly contemplate, are these the end times? You know, just all the different things that you're doing. I'm getting a message here that we're having technical problems. Are you looking on Facebook?
No.
Yeah, it's on Facebook.
Oh, well, I'm following you like it says to do.
I know, but that couldn't happen. See, Netflix and chill. You see what I mean? It's fine. We haven't killed each other yet, so we're probably good for another like 5 or 6 days total, which it'll be over by then, right? I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we have been having a lot of fun though. We've definitely gotten into some really cool stuff. But it doesn't matter. Nothing in quarantine has mattered except for today. Yeah. And that's not some like hopeful bullshit, like live for today. Because today is the best day in quarantine ever. Because today is the day that Bianca Del Rio followed me on Twitter. Yes, that's right. Yeah, Bianca Del Rio. And I know some of you don't know who that is. That's fine, totally acceptable. We actually have a name for people like you in the entertainment industry. You are heterosexuals. That's what you are. But if you don't know, Bianca Del Rio is a very famous comedian and drag queen and reality TV competition winner. She's basically my peer in every way, except for popularity and pay rate and general perception and attractiveness. And pretty much, no, we both have bodies and are human, I guess. And I have been paid to tell jokes. We're pretty, you know what? I think it was a pity follow, but like honestly, in quarantine, that's really the best you can hope for is pity. I will say I've been following a lot of Twitter. I have been doing a lot of Twitter in quarantine. I never cared before, but now it's a really good way to catch up. With the news. It's a really good way to hear what's going on in the world. And I find myself following a lot of people that I'm really not interested in. Like I follow a lot of gay porn stars. And I don't think that's just because I want to randomly see gay porn when I'm flipping through my Twitter, although that's nice. I will say that is nice. But I think it's just because I miss socializing so much. And one of the things about socializing as a gay man that I didn't realize I would miss is being ignored by much hotter gay guys, right? So it's really nice to just like follow a bunch of them on Twitter and they don't know I exist. So that's pretty nice. There is someone I can think of who probably does not follow any gay porn stars on Twitter, although you might think he would if you knew him or had ever seen him or heard him. I also would not be surprised if he technically does not know how Twitter works. But he is a very good friend of mine. He is described as a out of work morning talk show host who is just looking for something to do while he is trying to, hold on. His video is already playing. That's how excited he is to tell you. But he's an out of work morning talk show host who is looking for something to do with his free time and looking for something to keep him relevant in this quarantine world. And he's a really, let's say, nice guy. I'm going to go ahead and say nice guy. And his name is Chester St. Christopher from the very popular morning talk show, The Chit Chat Show. And he's going to be doing a summer fashion report because Lord knows I don't know how to dress. I dress like this. He is going to be talking to us all about summer fashion for 2020, what it's all about. So I guess try your best. Enjoy Chester St. Christopher and his summer fashion review. As soon as I can get it up. That's what she said, am I right?
Why, thank you so much, Michael. And might I add, you were not nearly as unpleasant as I was told you were by others. Good to know. That's right, it's me, your good time friend, Chester St. Christopher, here with a man on the street summer fashion report. I'm going to put on my mask and we're going to hit the summer streets and go out there and talk to some unsuspecting victims about just what is and isn't all the rage this year in summer fashion. Come on, we're just going to take you with me. That's how we do it in quarantine. No camera crews here. We're just going to go on and, oh, Lord. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, Lord, it is hotter than a bullfrog's armpit. I don't think so. No, we're not doing that. No. No way. Nope. In case you didn't know, it is hotter than HE double popsicle sticks out there, so I don't think so. Because much like a popsicle, most of this will melt. Yes, that's right. No, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to sit here and we're going to look on the computer and we'll find some fun pictures to talk about. Because you know what? Everything is just a little bit different this year in 2020. This year's summer fashion is not about tube tops or tank tops or bikini tops or seersucker pants or long flowy caftans or shorty short kimono robes. No, this year's summer fashion is all about masks. 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 This one is Egyptian cotton. Masks. Egyptian cotton. Masks. Now let's see. This first mask that I have found is very fashionable and a little bit terrifying. Seriously, it looks like a really spooky version of Raggedy Ann has somehow crawled up out of the dead, and she no longer wants to be able to speak the truth to all the horror she has seen, so they stitched her mouth right up. It's like that movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I thought was not going to be scary because it had the word Christmas in it, and it turns out it wasn't very scary. I don't even know what happens after they sing that first song. I couldn't get through it. No more scary movies about Christmas, guys. Come on. Still, she's wearing a mask, so she gets some credit for that. Although it does look semi-transparent. So, let's just move on to the next one. Now, this one I find very appealing. He looks like some sort of ninja character in a Japanese animation movie where they all just run around and speak so fast, and I have absolutely no idea what's going on. But he looks very cool and masculine and very attractive, and he should just wear that mask all the time. I mean, I don't know what he looks like underneath there, but he looks really fantastic in it. Oh, he looks like that guy from that Batman movie, and he was bad, and he wanted to blow up the city, and then Batman stopped him, and he couldn't understand a word he was saying, and maybe that's what caused some of his anger and problems, his inability to properly communicate. I didn't finish it. I fell asleep in the middle, but from what I understand, it was very popular. I love this mask. I give it 15 out of 15 thumbs up. This mask appears to be a piece of lettuce. I'm not actually sure if there are any medical benefits associated with trying to prevent the spread of COVID-19 by wearing a piece of lettuce, but it does look delicious. This mask is placebo. Placebo. Now, whereas I like the idea that she is wearing a mask to help prevent the spread of COVID, I am very triggered by this. I'm very familiar with the devastating effects of bad dental hygiene, being that I am from Georgia, from a town the name of which nobody knows, because the town was destroyed in several sequential meth lab explosions, and all of the maps and street signs were also destroyed in those explosions. At least she's wearing one. Placebo. 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 I heart Big Brother. Oh, girlfriend, me too. I love it when they're just sitting around the house talking about each other like they don't even remember there's cameras there. And then they say, well, all the people in the house, please come into the backyard. And they set up a little obstacle course where they all have to throw eggs or carry marshmallows in their mouths in exchange for peanut butter. Oh, television really did peak in 2012. Am I right? Place Bob, but one of the B's is missing. Place Boo. Placebo. Place. Now, whereas I do not agree with this person's personal political ideology, I do agree. I foresaw with 2020 clarity that this is exactly how his presidency would end. You have to admit, that's a clever joke for me. I am a moron. I am being forced to wear this. Oh, that's very clever. You should also get that put onto a pair of shoes, which you also do not technically have to wear by law. Dummy. I don't think that's how that works, and I'm not technically a medical professional, although I do own several long white coats from when I was going through my Liberace phase. Yeah. Fun fact, I actually did not find this picture searching for people wearing interesting and fashionable masks. I was actually trying to have some mattresses removed from the alley behind my house, and what I had Googled was removal of useless garbage. Well, that was not only entertaining, but also very educational. And I think the one thing that we can all take away from this hard hitting piece of journalism that I have gifted you with today is that it's not about what you look like or how you feel or even what you personally believe about the current situation we all find ourselves in. The most important thing is wear a GD mask. That's right, wear a mask. Seriously, don't make me come to your house. Trust me, it's very annoying, or so I've been told. Just wear a mask, okay? For the love of goodness, for all the love of all that is good in the world, and the sweet baby Jesus, and all the little blue-eyed babies, just please, please, wear a mask. Back to you, Michael.
Well, thank you so much, Chester St. Christopher. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. That was much longer than you said it was going to be. So thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, I actually, of course, have been wearing a mask. I actually don't mind wearing the mask. I like wearing the mask. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you know that. It's makes you look like a ninja. I don't know what the problem is there. And also, too, I find that if you are meeting me for the first time and you are wondering, is this guy attractive? Seeing my face will only confuse that. You know what I mean? Seeing my body will also confuse that. But we're talking about the face now. And luckily for me, even with most of my face covered, you can totally tell it's me. I have curated a look for myself where facial features are just not important. I have created a cartoony Hanna-Barbera-like persona for myself where even with all of the facial features obscured, you definitely know like that is Snagglepuss. You know what I mean? But I really do. I like wearing the mask. I would much rather beguile someone from the shadows with my witty personality and just not have them ever see me. I'm like a Cyrano de Bergerac, except instead of a big nose, I just have the general grossness associated with being a man in his 40s. Because that's when we start to die from the inside. We just slowly rot, and you have to see that. But you guys, who's not rotten? Who's absolutely wonderful is our guest today. He is one of my favorite people in or out of comedy. He's absolutely fantastic. We've done all kinds of great shows together. We've been in improv troops together. We used to arm wrestle for fun together. That's like a real thing we did for like many years. He's fantastic. He not only once beat me in a comedy contest by 1 point, I'm still never over it, but he's also my mother's favorite stand-up comedian because according to her, he is a little Jerry Seinfeld. So you can go ahead and judge that for yourself when you meet him. Please welcome my guest today. It's Scott Seiss, everybody. Welcome him, please.
Hello. It's so nice to be here.
It's so
at
nice
the
to be here.
room.
Yeah, to be
It's mom's favorite comedian, me, the wholesome Scott Seiss.
Yeah, she loves you, she loves Elizabeth Norman, and she does not care for Nikki Fuchs. She mentions that every time, anytime,
no.
Sorry, Nikki, I love you. Every time there's comedy,
love
she
Nikki.
goes, she says, oh, that Nikki Fuchs, I did not care for that. And I'm like, okay, I get it.
I've gotten a couple moms. I know Jake, who we've done improv with, his mom loved me. I did a virtual show recently where another improviser on the show was like, my mom's watching. She says Scott's her favorite. There's something about, I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I guess it's just because I'm the least gross guy on the show. I'm the least gross one, maybe. I'm not sure, but
It's not just moms, because I remember you came and saw me when I was in New York at a gay comedy contest,
yes.
and that host was about ready to gobble you up. He was like, get out of my way, you 40-year-old toothless bald idiot. Who is your hot friend? And I was like, and I didn't want to throw you under the bus and be like, no, he's a heterosexual, back off. I was like, I want him to get booked. So I'm like, just, don't mention your wife, I guess.
I appreciate that. I
Do you have
appreciate it. I hope he's
BT?
not watching, because I hope he
No.
doesn't.
You
I hope
should,
that's
you should still book.
revealed.
I mean, but you have BTE, you have big twink energy. You definitely have.
That's why I grew the mustache, to get an edge, to sharpen the edge a bit. Is it working at all? Is it working?
I mean, it's working. I mean, I know your mustache is the third person in my relationship, because my boyfriend is obsessed with your mustache. It's a very good mustache, and if anybody talks
Thank
crap
you.
about it, I will defend that
Thank you.
mustache with my fists.
Yes, you see what I've grown in 8 months, what most men can do in 8 days. It's incredible what I've been able to accomplish so far.
I thought I was going to grow a quarantine beard, and it was just the same 6 long hairs that just kept getting longer. And I was like, I don't think this is a great look for anybody.
Brushing the single hairs.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I shave with a pair of scissors. That is a real thing. I don't want to say there's a question between like testosterone levels and homosexuality, because I don't think that's real. But
Yeah.
I just can say that this is my quarantine beard. So I don't know what that says about.
You get out the orange handle scissors to cut your hair, to shave.
I use safety scissors because I can't be trusted. But yeah, they're purple. But whatever.
Alligator pattern.
Yeah. They're my pinking shears, just like a little crimped look. Now, Scott Seiss, for those who don't know you, how would you describe your comedy?
Oh my gosh. Edgy, triggered. No, I don't know. It's all the ways that you describe like a Joe Rogan Netflix special. That's probably me too.
That's you?
No, yeah, that's me. No, I do. I mean, I do a bit of everything. I do observational. I do self-deprecating. I do a lot of jokes about sitting down to pee, how I like to sit down to pee. And I like to do jokes about my stepdad. And I like to do, but then I also do, sketch, and I like to do big characters and improv. But I like a little bit of everything.
You like the sampler. You like the sample platter.
I'm like the sampler platter from Applebee's. You get everything, and everything's like, it's kind of good. I don't know. It's nothing's my favorite on this platter, but it's all good. Yeah, that's what I do. And it's a lot about me talking about not being masculine whatsoever, and
that's where our comedy intersects. That's where our comedy intersects. We're like, we'll make every straight man in the audience feel better, because they're like, I'm such a better man than this man.
Yes, exactly. But then all the moms walk away and they're like, at least, we had those 2 guys on the show that weren't complete creeps the entire time.
I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, by being a gay man, like I have such an easy workaround where I can be so creepy and disgusting, and they're like, oh, but it's adorable. We've done a lot of shows together. We've hit the road together a lot, and one particularly memorable show was you, me, and Daryl Charles in Hershey, Pennsylvania, in daytime, which is a terrible time for comedy.
Oh, terrible
in a giant
good old 2 p.m. show. I love that.
I mean, it was
prime
a fun
time
show, don't get me wrong, but it was
great.
It was in like a place that was probably for weddings.
Yeah, it was at a winery. I think it was at a Pennsylvania winery, and it was a fantastic show, and I love that venue.
Yeah.
I think it was a Mark Studemeyer and Buddy Harris, I think.
Yeah, but it was to me not a great venue for comedy, not a great sound system for comedy. The sound
was rough.
Yeah, it was like an echoey kind of give a drunken best man speech kind of sound system. And there was a lot of very drunk older white women there who decided that it was just time for them to be a part of the show. That
right.
They just, as the show went on, they were like, oh, this is mostly about me. Yeah, which got very interesting when Daryl Charles was on stage, and they were like, "Great, I'm just going to get up on stage." And that, I swear to God, that old white woman walked towards him, and I was like, "She is going to touch his hair. That is the first thing she's going to do." Is she's like, "I've never touched one's hair." You know, like that. It was very big, that energy.
It was that energy coming out. Yeah. That's
But
why we
still,
did the slow motion dive, like in front of him.
yeah, like, lady, don't touch anybody's hair.
But he played it off so brilliantly, and like even got the crowd to like applaud her. It was like one of those like mirror attacks, or like perfect deflection of like, and give it up for her, and like a perfect way just to exit her off the stage without her being like, well, he liked me doing that. You know, she walked away thinking it was good.
Well, Gerald Charles is like a professional. He's such a professional.
Yeah, he's so good.
That would have destroyed me for like a month. I would have just been unable to do anything except think about that old lady and where I went wrong.
Oh my God, it was so. I love it. By the way, in the intro, you said that we did arm wrestling together, but you didn't explain that it was comedy arm wrestling. It was just like we were in an actual arm wrestling league where I was pretending to be a Broadway star who got turned to arm wrestling, and you were pretending to be a millennial obsessed with Twitter.
Yeah, I was like an insufferable hipster who somehow decided to arm wrestle with his twin sister or mother or girlfriend. They didn't define themselves. And yeah, and it's just weird to think that we did that show for like 2 years. That we were just like, how about once a month we arm wrestle?
Isn't that wild? We did that for such a long time.
A long time. I mean,
and it was a completely like batshit like universe of characters, but the realistic part was that I never won a single match, even in the fictional realm of this arm wrestling competition. It was still like, no, it's gonna jump the shark if Scott ever wins one of these matches.
No one will believe it. No one will believe. No one will. It'll break the. It'll be too much disbelief to yeah, no. Yeah, I remember I was briefly a tag team world champion. I don't know how that happened. My character was too blasé to care. Well, I couldn't care. My character just didn't care, so I couldn't care, and I just had to pretend it wasn't happening so that I could just be nonplussed, you know. But yeah, we've done a lot of good shows together. I mean, so talk about so. If people who don't know, Scott, we met while he was living here in Baltimore.
Yes.
And then he planned to move to Chicago, but he was punking us, and he actually decided to move to New York. So he's doing that, by which I mean he lives in Jersey.
And what a great gag that was. What a great gag that was that to throw everyone off the scent to the point where I'm getting messages like, hey, can you do this like Chicago show or whatever? And I'm like, no, I've completely confused everyone. My brand is ruined. This is the worst branding I've ever done.
It was the long con. It was like I don't know, you just didn't know what the end result was going to be. You're like, yeah, that'll trick them. And then, we'll see what happens.
And then no one will know where I am or what I'm doing. It's the perfect thing for my career.
But so where you are now is you work, you technically work in New York, but you're in home right now, and you live in Jersey. So what is that like right now? Because what is it like where you are during quarantine? How's it been?
Yeah, it's been fine. I mean, it was my work pretty much shut down like in mid-March, the week that it all hit. They just immediately were like, everybody just work from home indefinitely. And then, so I haven't even been to New York City since like March 11th or something like that. Wow. So I've just been in Jersey, and I've been mainly in the apartment. Like I work from home, and any like comedy things I'm doing, I'm just doing virtually, or I'm just recording myself doing sketches in here. Mm-hmm. And so I know for like New York City and Jersey, it was like really bad those first couple of months, and it was really scary. But my wife and I, Amanda, we've just been holed up here and enjoying our puppy. We got a puppy right before quarantine. So it was like the perfect time to just like spend time with the dog. Like that actually kept us sane. So yeah, but it's been fine. We're hanging in there. But yeah, I haven't been to New York City in months, which is weird because I moved here to go to New York City. And then it was like the apocalypse. Forget it.
Yeah, I remember I came and visited you, and I just got off the bus in Manhattan, and we just like sat down and had a coffee. Like you were just like, hey, here we are.
And we looked at the city, and we were like, the possibilities are endless.
2020 is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But so what kind of comedy stuff have you been doing? Because I know, here's the thing. We've
Yes.
all been trying to figure out how to make this work. I mean, the whole reason, spoiler alert, I'm doing this talk show is because like I'm just trying to find a way to like keep doing the thing that I love without just like waiting for someone to offer me to come and stand outside of a restaurant to do comedy for 5 minutes.
Right.
So what have you been doing in quarantine specifically to keep doing comedy?
Yes. So luckily, I had started with my buddy Jesse Clark and another friend of ours, Jamal Behringer. We'd started this Twitch channel called the Jasmine Twins, which is based on an old sketch that we did together. But we started that in 2018. And so I've just been doing that consistently, like every Monday night at 8 p.m. We get on Twitch and we do like a bunch of silly characters. One time we did like Meeting of the Mafia Dons. Another week we did like a podcast that was just about bath time, and we were kids doing a podcast about bath time. So it's just like very silly stuff. And so I've been doing a lot more of that. But it's a really fun community that we've kind of built up, and we've done a couple charity streams this year. We've raised over $3,000 for charity.
Awesome.
Yes, it's been great. We raised for a couple food banks in Chicago and Black Lives Matter Chicago, because Jesse is based out of Chicago. That's where he is. But it's really fun. Our latest insane stream was we did a shock collar game show where I was hosting and asking questions, and Jesse and Jamal were wearing dog shock collars that were causing them pain throughout the whole thing. And then I've been doing sketches with my sketch troupe, The Ruse, which was based out of the People's Improv Theater in New York City. And that's been really fun. We do shows sometimes on Facebook, and I've been recording a lot of video sketches and posting them on my own Instagram. And I've started doing TikTok, where I just crop the videos very poorly and then just put them on TikTok. But yeah, I've been making a lot of sketches. Yeah, it's been really fun.
Now, with the People's Improv Theater, how canceled are they currently?
They are just like not doing shows for the rest of the year. For sure.
Nobody there is canceled for being like a monster.
It was close. I think every improv theater went through it where it was like, are we going to get canceled? Are we being exposed? And then like, some of the board held on, and it's like, okay, we made it through. But yeah, it's the same thing with all improv theaters. It's just like, yeah, we need to elevate the people of color that are working here and that have been performing with us for such a long time. But the Pit is I think that they're doing like positive work. Absolutely. And the sketch troupe has been one of my saving graces through the quarantine to focus on. It's so much fun. It's so much fun doing sketches.
Improv, for a thing that brings so many amazing people together, I think just karmically speaking, you can only like kill and pretend to fuck so many dead dogs on stage before that just like swirls up. It's just the karma's coming for you. Whether you did anything wrong or not, you're gonna have to face the mirror, the mirror of truth at some point and say like, but who am I and what have I done? And hopefully you can just say like, luckily it was all pretend. And if not, then bye IO, bye UCB. So sorry.
See ya. See ya.
Well, we are going to show some of Scott's wonderful videos later. Before we do that, we're gonna play some games. We're gonna play some games with Mr. Scott Seiss.
My God, I'm so excited.
I love to play games. So I think the first game we're gonna play is a game that I literally stole from the Tonight Show. I was like, I'll do something like that. By that, I mean exactly that. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a game of There's Something Wrong with Your Mic. And the way we're going to play this is we're each going to be mouthing some words to each other when the other one will have their volume down so they cannot hear. They will only be able to see your mouth moving. And we will be trying to guess what the other one is saying. Would you like to guess first, or would you like to give first? I'll give the guest the right of choice.
I'll give my clue first, so you can guess first.
Fine. I will mute the volume so that I cannot hear you, and
okay.
And I'm muted. Can you talk?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? You cannot hear me. Okay. So how it's going to work is I'm going to say the phrase I'm going to tell the audience what it is. The phrase I'm trying to get Michael to.
You're saying.
Hold on.
Okay.
The phrase is this. Oh, look at the time. It's wine o'clock.
Oh, the time to try on.
Look At the time, it's wine o'clock.
Oh my, it's time. Oh.
Oh, look.
Oh, look.
At the time,
Oh, look at the time.
it's wine
time.
o'clock.
Oh, look at it's Miller time.
It's oh look
at the time.
Oh, look at the time.
Oh, look
it's wine o'clock.
Oh, it's wine time.
It's wine. It's wine.
It's cry time.
Oh, clock.
Time flies when you're crying a lot. It's time to cry.
Oh, look at the time.
Charades.
It's wine o'clock.
Time flies when you gotta cry.
You had it. You had it earlier.
What was it?
You had it earlier. It was. Oh, look at the time.
Oh, it was. Oh, look at the time.
It's wine o'clock. It's wine o'clock. That was the phrase.
Fantastic. All right, now it's my turn to give. So you can go ahead.
It's gonna be so bad.
Mine's gonna be a little shorter, but hopefully just as impactful. So
you didn't want a full paragraph as a clue? I'm sorry, I didn't. All right, wait. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
All right, people at home. The phrase that I'm going to be trying to get him to guess is the very popular Teletubby Tinky Winky. Okay, I'm going to be trying to get him to guess Tinky Winky.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Tinky Winky.
Test me.
Tinky Winky.
I have no idea. I have no clue.
Tinky.
It's getting hot in here. What is it? Okay.
Tinky Winky.
Squeak.
Tinky Winky.
Ennui. Is it ennui?
Tinky.
Psych. 60 minutes. The phrase is 60 minutes.
Mute yourself.
It's 60 minutes. All right, are we done? Are we gonna done?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the phrase?
Tinky Winky. The gayest Teletubby. Tinky
That was
Winky.
the next thing I was gonna say.
I know, that's the natural progression of things. All right, let's try. We should get one more here. So give me a good one here. Try it again. I'm gonna. I can't hear you. Everything's muted.
Okay, Michael's phrase is, "Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam."
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam.
Good morning, Sam. How you doing, Sam?
That's all that. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam.
It's like 18 words long.
This is 8.
Good grand slam. Good morning, slam.
Come on.
In the morning.
Come on and slam.
Good
and
morning,
welcome.
green eggs and ham. Green eggs and ham? No. There's
Come
a
on,
ham
slam.
in there or a Sam.
And welcome to the jam.
And you shouldn't be ashamed.
Good.
And it's a sham.
That's good. The phrase.
It's a sham. All right. What was it?
The phrase was green eggs and ham, and you shouldn't be ashamed.
That
was no, I'm kidding. The phrase was "Come on and slam and welcome to the jam." That was the Space Jam lyric.
Is it okay? I was gonna say, is that a popular phrase in heterosexual culture? Because I am not familiar with that.
It was a Space Jam lyric. I didn't know.
Right. We're gonna do one more. This one's gonna be a little easier, because I think this is something we both care a lot about.
Okay.
All right, so mute. Let me know.
Okay.
Are you muted? Can you hear me? Okay. So this one is something we both care a lot about, which is nerdy shit, and it's going to be Avengers: Age of Ultron, which is the worst Avengers movie, but still. Okay, ready?
Okay, let's go.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
First aid trophy. First aid trophy.
Avengers:
My first
Age of Ultron.
My first Age of Ultron. My first Age of Ultron.
Avengers: Age of Ultron. Avengers
Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron. Yes. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
You got
I didn't think I was going to get any of these.
I even wrote it down. Yes, you got it.
Holy shit.
You are so good at this. You are.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
You won. It's the worst Avengers movie, and you still got it. You got it.
I picked way too hard of my third one. I had an alt. I was gonna do Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir.
That I would have known because you would have started doing a number. You would have been like,
yeah, that's right.
And I've been like, oh, you're a prostitute from New Orleans. Like I know exactly.
I would have worn my red bra, and I would have given the clue. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi.
But my major goal was just to have you look at my mouth. So we won. So I win. I don't care. That was really all I wanted. All right.
That
so
was fun. I like that.
Thank you. Well, good. I literally stole it from the Tonight Show. So good on me. So that will lead us into our first video that we're going to share of Scott's work here. This is. Do you want to set this up? The Survivalist.
Sure. Yeah. So this is like a parody of those videos you'll see where it's like experts reacting to a piece of media. And so I've been gaming in quarantine. I'm a big gamer now, and so I played The Last of Us Part 2, and this is a survivalist reacting to The Last of Us Part 2, the video game.
By the way, we could do a whole episode where we just talk about The Last of Us.
There's so much to get into.
Yeah, we will spare everyone else from having to listen to us talk about video games for probably a day. All right, so let's get this shared here and let's have everybody enjoy a survivalist reacts to The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh! Okay, we just took a gunshot to the head. And we're bandaging the arm. That's just med school 101. What's up, y'all? My name's David Gaines, or as many people call me, Padlock. I'm a professional survivalist and a certified expert when it comes to surviving the post-apocalyptic wasteland. I've been surviving on my own now for about 26 years, no issues, so that should say enough about my experience. Let's take a look at The Last of Us Part 2 and see how accurate the survival techniques really are. Okay, I'm already going to have to knock at a point just for the type of backpack. In my case, if you're going to walk around the post-apocalyptic wasteland, you need JanSport. You cannot go wrong with JanSport. There's a lot of room for weapons and Texas Instruments. People say JanSport's not good for survival. Well, it helped me survive high school. That's what I'll say. All right, look for food, trading card. Okay, well, this brings up a good point. Not many people know this. You can eat trading cards. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's why in my bomb shelter, I have no canned goods. You open up my pantry, it's just a binder full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yep, go right in the ice cold water. Right in the ice cold water. This is first thing you want to do on outbreak day. Just get sopping wet as fast as possible. Become sopping wet and freezing cold. The body reaches peak physical condition when it's at negative 34 degrees. That's a fact. A Padlock fact. Yeah, well, that is how you make a med kit. If you're in a pinch, all you need, alcohol, rag, and then you're just gonna start taping this sucker. Boom. Once you have that, apply that directly to the arm. That's medicine. We're collecting screws to improve our weapons. This tracks so far with reality. And she just used some screws to build a scope. That's, again, you can do this if you have the knowledge, if you read the books. With the right knowledge, you can turn these 3 screws into Hulkbuster armor. Now, this is key. If you're going to survive the zombie apocalypse, you're going to need the gym that Mark Wahlberg has in his house. I got to say, this was, from a survivalism standpoint. If I had to score it, I'd say 5 out of 5 for accuracy, 5 out of 5 for badassness. And I'm going to go ahead and give the game 3 Michelin stars as well for featuring some delicious looking trading cards, right? You can eat trading cards. I'm a survivalist.
Thank you so much, Padlock. Thank you so much.
Padlock.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that game has so much collecting of screws. There
you have to collect so many nuts and bolts to make your bazookas.
They had a meeting and they're like, what did people like about the first one? They were like crouching down to collect odds and ends. And they were like, let's do 25 times more of that than in the first game.
I love 20 hours of collecting tape. That's one of my favorite things to do is in video games is
Last
collect
of Us
tape.
2, let's get down on our hands and knees and squat and pick up some stuff.
The Last of Us Part 2, let's open the junk drawer and make some Bart Simpson weapons.
Yeah. So we're going to play another game for our friends, especially our improv-minded friends at home who are watching this. We are going to play a game called Hey, sorry, I can't stay. And what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to be in a Zoom call here, some sort of Zoom event, and we're going to just hear from all kinds of people who are just popping in to say why they can't stay on the Zoom call. But first, to find out what Zoom event we are attending, let's ask the disembodied voice of Millie, our tech person. Millie, what event are we doing on Zoom today?
You're organizing the reunion of a Chuck E. Cheese that closed down.
Fantastic. Much like what I did last week, we will be pretending that we are organizing a reunion to a now defunct Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
So let's go cameras off here, and let's see who pops in. And you know what? I'll pop in first. I'll take the pressure off you, and I'll pop in first. I want to see how many people pop in to say why they can't stay for the reunion planning. Okay. Let's see. Bruh, I'm so sorry, bruh. You know, you'll always be my bruh. But unfortunately, I just can't do it. There's too many bad memories associated with it. I see where that beautiful mouse once stood, and I can't go there again, man. I can't go there.
I would stay for the the meeting about the Chuck E. Cheese, but I'm in the lab where we made the animatronics, and a virus has broken out in the computers. All the animatronics are coming alive. There's sparks flying everywhere. The one with the banjo is coming for me. I'm sorry.
I am being deported back to Canada, so I cannot stay for the meeting. It's going to be very good for certain reasons, like healthcare, and bad for others, like accents.
Guys, unfortunately, I can't stay for the meeting. I'm starting French culinary school tonight. Yeah, this ended up being the same night and time that I'm starting French culinary school. So yeah, so I'm going to hop into the virtual culinary school class now. Sorry, guys.
I can't stay because my hat is too big. So I don't really know how to do anything about that. That's where I'm at right now. Quarantine, big hat. But best of luck, really, guys. Just best of luck.
Yeah, hey guys. Unfortunately, it's a Carnival tonight, so I gotta head off to Carnival and wear this Italian's jester's mask. But I'll be back for the meeting after Carnival is over.
My band has practice tonight, and also I know some of you probably don't even know I started a band because you haven't liked it on Facebook yet. But I have a band. We have practice. It's tonight.
Sorry, guys. I'm doing a self-care. I'm doing a self-care night tonight. So all I'm doing is staying inside and sniffing this lemon candle over and over again. Oh, that's good self-care. Oh yeah, I gotta watch all the Underworld movies tonight. I can't. I'm not gonna be able to make the meeting about Chuck E. Cheese. I gotta watch all the Underworld movies. I really like these. These are some of my favorite movies about werewolves. So I'll be on the next one.
You know, it's great. I also have that DVD collection of Underworld movies, and I also semi-unironically love all of the Underworld movies. They're all so sexy. Those vampires and werewolves are also very
It's just so
attractive.
sexy.
They're so good at guns.
I was gonna say my dog is losing her mind crying. I was gonna say I didn't know how to do it. I was like, should I make my Zoom background a car? Because I wanted to say I was in a hands on a hard body contest and like just pretend I was just standing in front of a car. But I didn't know how to make it work.
This is the first episode. We're just feeling it out. We're just feeling out the technical glitches. All right. Well, before we wrap up, we're going to show one more video that you wanted us to share today. A video that you worked on, and
yes, I think it's a good. It's from the Ruse. It's from a virtual show I did with the Ruse Comedy, my sketch troupe. They're great. Follow us on Instagram. And follow me on Instagram. I'm posting all of these video sketches, but I think it's one of my most favorite things I've made, and it's just pure silly. Yeah. So just wanted to show it off.
Great. And we'll get all your plugs at the end there.
Heck yeah.
Video. Yeah, I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna stop my video.
Here we go.
I need to stop pretending like this could ever happen seamlessly.
Hey, R.L. Stine, you're a bad writer. Writing Goosebumps was easy as shit. Let's be honest, you phoned it in for some. Bad Hair Day. Book about an evil rabbit. How many drafts that take you? The book is about 90 pages, and half of it is a preview for another book. What the f***? You lazy piece of shit. Anyone could have done your job, R.L. Stine. I'll come up with 5 Goosebump books off the top of my head right now. Mummy Math Class, The Ghost of My Braces, Uh-oh, My Sex Ed Teacher is a Giant Ant, Lunch Lady's Looking to Kill Me, and, Ghost Beach. Oh my God, you already wrote Ghost Beach. F*** you, R.L. Stine.
Oh my God.
To be throwing down the fucking gauntlet.
Yes.
The fucking gauntlet against Stine.
Saying everything we all were thinking the whole time.
My arch enemy.
Also, I think that is very much your comedy of just like, let me be irrationally mad about something that no one could ever possibly care about.
Let me just be irate about R.L. Stine. You know what's funny is that like there were a couple people that did comment on the videos like, what the fuck is this dude's problem? Like, they're kids' books. Why is he losing it? I'm like, I know they're kids' books. I like them. I got a bunch of them. I own them.
But also, fuck kids. Don't fuck kids, but like, fuck them in general. Yeah, be an adult already. All right. Well, Scott, before we wrap up, where can people find you? What is the best way to get you? Where can people see all of your comedy?
See all of it at, you can follow me at Scott Seiss, Seiss on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok and Twitter. I just post the videos everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, but I'm mainly focusing on Instagram. And then you can follow the Ruse Comedy, the sketch troupe at the Ruse Comedy on Instagram. And you can follow the Jasmine Twins on twitch.tv/Jasmine Twins. All good stuff, all very silly stuff. I have no idea how to promote myself. I'm so bad at this, but thank you for allowing me this space. I also love everyone watching. I've been looking and reacting to things in the chat.
Nice.
And
are people watching? Is there anybody actually watching?
Oh my God, yes. There's people have been watching the whole time. Good. I think we're at is this right? 3 billion viewers. So we're at 3 billion viewers now. And
Bianca Del Rio follows me on Twitter. I would think it'd be more, but whatever.
But yes, I love everyone who's been chatting along with us and miss them. And it's been, yes, this was so much fun. I love this.
If I could just do a show every day of my life that's just me and you hanging out and talking about bullshit, I would do that show.
I would love that show. I would watch that show.
Podcast? Oh my God. Speaking of podcast, hey guys, I've got a new podcast coming out soon with me and Jake Lazier called Florp, a podcast for big fans where we talk about everything we're fans of as long as it's gay. So that comes out very soon, so check that out. And also just make sure to check me out at Michael C. Furr on all forms of social media and Michael Furr Comedy. And go to my website, maybe watch my comedy special, and also be ready for my new comedy special, which Scott opened for me. He opened for me for both of my specials. Check out my new ones coming out very soon. It's called I Didn't Die, but check out my first one. It's everywhere you can stream comedy. Scott, thank you so much for being my first guest. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, thank you for having me.
Treasure
and
and
honor.
Pleasure.
Absolute honor.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. We will be back in about 2 weeks. It won't be on Friday though, because the 28th there's a very important conversation happening, which you'll see from some of the former performers at Big and different improvisers throughout the city. So we'll probably do a different day that week, but just be on the lookout. And who knows what platform it'll be on? YouTube, Facebook. I don't know how to do this, so we're just going to figure it out as we go. But thank you guys so much. Follow the Lou Costello Room on all forms of social media as well. Scott Seiss, thank you so much. And I love you guys. Take care. Wear a mask. Bye.
Love y'all.